Good morning, good morning. My name is Liz. Come on in, say hi, let us know where you're watching from, and all the things. I'm gonna pull up comments down here so that I can see better. And we got some canvases to work with. So I think this might be cheaper than Dollar Tree. You get $13, you get 10 of them. I'm trying to do math. Or it might be close to Dollar Tree prices. So that was at Hobby Lobby that we got these, and we're gonna use one today to Crafty Poo. There we go. All right, let's hope everything's good. I'm gonna move this a little bit. I'm gonna try this overhead thing again. My honey's old phone was not cooperating, but I think we might have it fixed. Okay. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Here we are. Good morning, Lena. How are you? Hello, Miss Patty. Pammy's here. Good morning, Miss April. Miss Bonnie, hello. How's everybody doing? So we got 10 of these for $13 at Hobby Lobby. I think that's about close to Dollar Tree prices. But hopefully these are well made. Sometimes, a lot of times Dollar Tree is fine, but sometimes they're a little wobbly. There we go. So that's what they look like. Nice and thick. And they do feel good. Okay, so we're gonna put these down here for a moment, and we are going to make a church today. Thank you for dealing the Queen's girl. Thanks to Denise, I got some more fun crafty stuff. So we're gonna make a church today. I don't know, I had a few like shapes that I wanted to do, so I think I sent myself an email. I hope. And let's see. Has everybody already had their coffee? Look at me go. Yes. Yes, I did. I got a pretty shape that I want to do from Pinterest. I don't know why I'm trying to save it. I just want to open it. I'm on autopilot at this point. Okay, we're going to like minimize this a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll be a cute shape. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of get the, you are caffeinating now. Same girl, same. Hello, Miss Shannon. Shanna? Hi, Shanna, how are you? Just renamed. Hello, Miss Iona. Miss Pammy and her Arizona vibes. Love it. I was this close, Pam, to doing an Arizona thing, or a desert thing today. But I always think, because the only desert I've been to is Arizona. Okay, so we've got some joint compound. Let me open it. This is made for contractors. So apparently they expect you to have strong hands. There we go. So we're gonna use this today. Joint compound. You could use spackling. Spackling's a little grainier, grittier, somethinger. But I like joint compound, and we just got some for our birthday from Miss Denise. So that's what we're gonna use. And then we're gonna use this. Let me get the shape on here because I kind of want to do like the outside different than the inside. So I think I'm gonna do it this way because I kind of want to, yeah. Okay. And it's a super simple shape. This shouldn't be too bad. And then I need a pencil. Need me a pencil. Let's see. I'm gonna kind of, I don't want it like perfectly center. So I gotta see, because there's one side of this that isn't very straight. So I'll just kind of do like that there, and I'm making super light lines. And then I think I'll do, I don't know if I could do all that. And then and then all of that. Maybe, yeah, we might be okay. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do, let me grab another thing. It'll make my life a lot easier. Or even this would make my life easier. This might be just enough. And then if I put 2 of these together, it'll be a little longer. Yep, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna use the wide end here. And we'll kind of go up a little bit. And then we're gonna put 2 of these next to each other. I'm just getting the very basic shape of the church down so I know what's gonna be inside the church and what's gonna be outside the church. This I might want to go ahead and mark right there so that I know, and then we'll go up a little bit. We'll have something that comes out. Okay, but I think that gives us a good idea. All right, and then we'll go do the same thing up here. Okay, now we're gonna take that wide end. I'm coming right back to the comments as soon as I'm done. Sorry guys. I'm gonna take this wide end one more time, and we're gonna do another. Actually, we're gonna do this. Okay, nope, I don't think so. Let me think on this. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. Okay, we're gonna do that. Close enough. Okay, so we're just kind of starting to get a shape, if you can see that at all. It's just pencil, and then we'll take this. And it's probably not going to be super straight, but all my stuff is wonky, so I think I'm used to it. And then we'll go here. All right. Let's start with this because I think that's a good start. And then that way I kind of have an idea of where things are. Okay. And then we'll put 2 of these. No, it's not going to be quite that wide. Maybe 1 of these. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm sorry. And then something like this. I might make that too tall. And that way we can do this. Okay. So something like that. Something sort of like that. But that way we at least know where in the heckin' doodles our stuff is. Hello, Danielle. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Carol. Happy Tuesday, girl. Sandra's here. Hello, hello. Okay, so we've got a church. Danielle's ears must have been burning. She loves churches. Okay, so let me think here. The background I want to do, like down here, will be more of like a brownish gray, and up here is going to be like blues and stuff for our sky. So I kind of want to get the background on because I want to crackle it, or try to. So let's see. I'm going to do that, and then we'll get our church on. This is going to be a textured church. Textured church. So let me grab a little bit of joint compound. Should probably look. Just look at it. My daughter would love this. She's gross. She likes to make messes. New church painting. Whoop whoop. Okay. So I'm gonna stir the top because I can't. I cannot. I love textured art, but I don't want to put my hands in none of it. But we're going to watch me use my hello, Miss Sandra girl. Watch me use my fingers later. Ooh. And then So we're gonna set that to the side. And then, all right, so browns and grays down here. I'll start with brown. It's darker. And I think I have gray, and yeah, I do. I'm gonna grab the gray. It's called pewter. Pewter gray. How are you doing, Miss Sandra girl? And then, well, and then brown gray, and then I want some like blues and white maybe up there. So we'll do this. I'm using all of Alana's paint lately. I feel like for springtime I use like brighter stuff. Okay. And I don't know if we'll need this, but I shall grab a little in case we need another color, blue. Okay. Ooh. Oh, there we go. It's like, did I dry it all up? All right, then we are going to take some Mod Podge. And I'm going off of memory here, so I could be wrong, but we'll find out. Find out real quick. I'm gonna take some Mod Podge, and I am going to put a little bit in each thing. Probably do it like this. Sexy. Ugh, that was a booger. All right. Then I need a little bit of our texture in each one without trying to mix them. Here we go. Let's start with that. All right. So we're trying to get this to look like a crackled ground and a crackled sky. And I learned something, I don't know if it was this, from Deborah at, is it Splash of Paint by Deborah? And I'm going on memory here, but I think this is how she does it. It's been a minute since I've seen one of her videos. But I believe I got it. Okay, we got our gray. We got our light blue. And here's our dark. Oh, I had a booger in here, didn't I? Hold on. I forgot about the booger. Let me get that out. Hello, Miss Leanne. How are you, girl? How's your week going? We got a couple boogers in this one. That poor paint needs replaced. We gotta get another one of those. All right. All right, so we got some colors mixed up here. We did Mod Podge, Joint Compound, and Mod Podge, Joint Compound, and the color paint. Okay. Then we're gonna take our Doofloppy back, and I'll start with the ground since it's smaller, and we're going to use the brown and gray. And I think she usually uses a palette knife so that it actually does crackle good. And then I'm going to use some gray as well. Something like that. Okay. And then I'll probably, should have taped off the sides, but I'll probably need to paint those. So, hi Patricia, how are you? We're not talking to anybody that calls me Eliza, y'all. You just ignore that man. The big bald one in the comments, you ignore that one. Okay, I'm gonna go around the edges here because I forgot to tape them off, and we're just gonna throw some color down here too. Okay. And then I'll go over it one more time here. Okay, so I kind of went through it. Best way to show you. And I smoothed it all out, and I did put a couple little marks through there so that you can sort of see some texture, whether or not it crackles, but I think this is how she does it. Then we're gonna go and we're gonna do our sky next. We're gonna do our sky next. And I'm left-handed, so I need to put this here. I will throw in a little bit of the dark. And then I'll go with some of the medium. And since this is all going to the same place, I'm not cleaning off my palette knife in between. And then we're gonna put some lights. Okay, let's start over here. And I'm just taking this. I'm not super experienced with palette knives, so we're just gonna really try to cover up the canvas. That's our first goal. Bye-bye now, honey. Hello, Jenny. How are you, girl? I missed what you said. I said we're not talking to anybody that calls me Eliza. Not a one. And I might have told him to ignore the big bald man in the comments. But that's all I said. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I care if some of the canvas shows through, because it's kind of pretty. It might look like more of the sky. Okay. I'm going to put some light through here. And see how this does. Okay, I think I got it all covered. So now I'm just gonna go through, and anywhere that you want like some texture, you can pull up and then lightly go over it. And as it thickens, you could do that again too, before it's totally dry. Okay, now let's see here. I'm gonna take a brush, think of this one, and I'll go through here. This is gonna be kind of abstract-y, so it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. Hello, Lynn. How are you, girl? We're doing something over here. We want to turn out cute. We're trying to do like a church. Hold on, I can't paint and talk. There we go. We're trying to do like an abstracty type church, and I'm trying to get this ground and sky to crackle. So we'll see if I did this right as it dries. And if not, it still looks pretty cool, right guys? It's gonna be thick and pretty and gorgeous. Okay. Okay, let me set this down and take this one more time. I'm just going to take it all the way to the edge. I got brown on here somehow. How do I keep doing that? There we go. There we go. Thank you. I'm excited to see it as it dries. Okay. Okay, I think we're goodish. Goodish. All right, so now that I got the top pretty good, I'm going to take the brush here. I'm just going to get it because it's pretty dark. And then I'm just going to grab some of that medium color and throw through here on the side. And then I'll grab some of the light as well. I don't really care if this all crackles over here, but I would like it to look nice. Okay. And once we got that on there, hello, is it Margie? Hello girl, I'm good, how are you? And now I'm just gonna blend it all in without getting on the top. Ooh. Okay. And I got a little bit of paint right there. Actually, I got a little bit of paint everywhere, it looks like. All right. So now, how you do your paintings. Oh, yay! Have you not been here for a textured painting yet? I don't know how many textured ones I've done, but I kept staring at this today. I'll show the like inspiration, like I wanted to find a good church shape that I liked, and I'll show that to you too because it's off Pinterest. It's gorgeous. They did theirs different. It's just, it might just be paint and maybe some texture on top, but still, it's pretty. Okay, so let's do white for the church first, and then we're gonna lay some things on top, like our windows and our doors, and some dimension. Okay, we'll do white. Now I can't touch this. We'll do white as soon as I find it. And we're just gonna fill in this basic shape right here. Good morning, Miss Sheila. How are you, girl? I'm gonna do some whites. And I'm gonna do some joint compounds. Did I clean this good? No. Okay, we're gonna do some joint compounds. Found a hair. Found a hair. I could sweep in here every single day and I would still need to sweep. Like if I swept tonight before I go to bed, somehow I would need to sweep tomorrow when I woke up too. I don't know how. I'm gonna use this because I used quite a bit of paint. Then we're gonna get some Mod Podge. So we got paint, Mod Podge, and joint compound. And then I'm just gonna stir that. Hopefully y'all can see. I'm just gonna stir that all up. Do you make your own texture paint? Texture paint? Yes. That's kind of what I did today, was I just mixed these three things together and get them to a consistency that I like. Now this is still kind of runny, and joint compound isn't as like gritty as say like spackle. So what I'm gonna do is find my you know, my one stuff, my baking soda, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that. So yes, I do make it as I go, but I don't really like make it in bulk yet. We'll see. Maybe that's one thing we can do someday. All right, and I'll show this to you close too. So I'm just mixing it all in, and it's just going to be like a textured, and that should give it a little bit more something foam. A little more than we had for, like, say, the sky and the ground. I might want it thicker than that, but we'll see. I don't have a lot of room either on this little plate. Just a little more. Yep, that did it. Okay, so now it's a little thickened up. And now we can put it on our doofloppy here. Did I say good morning to you, Miss Sheila? I did see you. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of cover up some of my lines. I may be able to still see them through here. We'll see. But that's okay. I just didn't want to put like blue and brown in here and then have to try to cover on top of it with white. So I'm not too worried about that. That just gave us our basic shape. And if we can see them when we're all done with this part, that would be fabulous. It'll make our life a little easier. But if not, it's cool. And I'm going to go right up to the sky. I'm going to try real hard not to touch any of the brown or blue. And if you're doing this on your own, this is a great time to walk away and let the brown and blue dry first. And then come back and do your other stuff once that's all dry. You don't have to be as careful. So right now, all I'm worried about is getting the canvas covered. I'm not worrying about anything else yet. Anybody got any crazy plans for this weekend? I think I lived all 9 of my lives last weekend, so I'm good. I need to chill down. I need to calm it down. My birthday was last week, and my husband sure did make me feel special for like 5 days in a row, but I'm exhausted. Last night, you guys, I went up to bed at like 5:30, and I thought I was actually gonna sleep. I could not hold my eyelids open anymore, and I thought I was gonna go to bed. And I ended up just sitting there relaxing. I was gonna read a book. I was too tired. Too tired. So I'm worn out and I'm gonna be chilling. But my husband's taking my son to a soccer game. So that'll be fun. Columbus Crew. Okay. My patience is about as long as my pinky, so you know, I'm trying here. And I'm just gonna go all the way down to that brown and try not to mix them, but get that covered. Okay. I did it. Yay. Okay. Let me get this out of here. I got a booger. Got a booger. Got it. All right. I'll do the same thing over here. And I know y'all can't see. I'll hold this up in a second too. But I'm just trying to get really, really close to get all the canvas covered and not have like a bunch of flat space between the church and the other stuff. I'm just getting some on the tip because I really want this little piece to come out further than the rest of the church. Ooh, guess what I watched this past weekend, I think it was. Like over the last week. I watched The Queen's Gambit. Have y'all seen it? I don't know who that actress is, but I need to find out because I love her. She was also in The Gorge, and I would watch everything she makes just so I could stare at her. She's so beautiful and so good. Okay. Okay. And now instead of side to side, I'm going to try to pull some of this up. Try real hard. Ooh, what is it on? It was on Netflix, actually. It was on Netflix because I don't like commercials, so I really like it when I find a good show. You know, it might have actually been a Netflix original now that I think about it. How do you know how to mix ingredients to make what you're looking for? Just trial and error, honestly, Shannon. Now, I've like seen, I think I got this mixture off of Splash of Paint by Deborah. She's a textured artist, and I love her and everything she does. And I bought one of her pieces, and I thought it was beautiful when I bought it, like, because she was selling it online. But when it came, I was like, oh my gosh. I should have brought it down here. It's stunning in person. So then I was like, oh my gosh, how'd you do that? So I looked up the tutorial, and this was about 6 or 8 months ago now, but I think this is about right. She just mixed, and she probably measures it and does all that. For me, I usually just try to get the consistency I'm looking for, but a lot of trial and error is what I would say. You'll find kind of what you like and what you can work with. Okay, now let's see. Let me get this a little bit more dry than it is before we move on and see what we got. I don't want that to dry. I'm going to try to stay back up off of it so it doesn't like bubble up or anything. But just so we can kind of work a little bit more with it. And you could do multiple layers of this too, guys. Like I see a brown spot up here somehow. I see a little piece of the canvas. I think that it would only look better the more layers that you did. In my head, that's how it is. I do know if you're looking for like a chalky paint texture, that baking soda and paint But as far as like the measurements, I'm not sure. I don't remember. I just do it till I get it to look and feel like I want. But this is not my recipe. I just, I loved what she did. Okay, that should be good enough to pick up and at least show you guys. Let's see. Okay, so it's a canvas. So that's kind of what it's looking like so far. So it sort of pops. Sort of pops. Okay, now I have this clean, right? Yes. And I'm gonna get another in here. And I'm gonna go back over a couple of these blue spots. It looks like I got the brown pretty good. I might do a little bit more gray in there, but I got a couple of these blue spots that I do need to do better. So I'm just gonna throw some color down in a few of these areas. And I'm gonna get some lighter. And let's see, anywhere else? It kind of gets a little thin right there. Okay, should be good. Now, learning how to hold the palette knife is what I'm trying to do right now, because depending on how hard or soft you hold it, does different things. And then also, let me do this real quick so I can get rid of these puddles. And then also, depending on how much pressure you put on it, it'll do different things too. Okay, so now I'm trying to drag it all that way, just so it looks kind of like a cool night sky. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. I think I pretty much got it around all the edges. Maybe like right there. Okay. And then I'll do the same thing. Just kind of pull it over. Just until you like it. And I'm just gonna pull it up anywhere I want more texture. I want it to like break or do something. It looks too clean. I'll just pull it straight up and then try not to put any pressure when I'm pulling it over. Okay, something like that. Okay, so something kind of like that, just to make sure we got our shape right. And then let's see about down here. Do we need anything else? Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay. Now, because we put it on kind of thick, I don't know if you noticed, but when I like touched this corner, I didn't have any new dark paint on it, and it just kind of like came out from under. So with that in mind, I got a lot of brown on here and just a little bit of gray. So I'm gonna add some gray, and if some brown pops up, that's cool too. I can fix these sides better too once we're all done. Oops, see, just like that. I dug in my knife on accident and that's what happened. That's what it did. But I love it. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't want any canvas showing. Okay, so that is what the brown looks like now. And of course, good morning, Miss Christine. How are you, girl? And of course, I am gonna dry that just a bit. Hold on, I got a puddle. I think it's too dry to fix. I think it'll look cool when it dries, so I'm not gonna fix it. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so this is a good example, Shannon. I wanted this to crackle. I don't know if it will. Maybe when it gets fully dried it might, but it just really looks like thick, cool texture. It didn't crackle, so it may not. I don't know. But see how in this, in the church, I'm gonna lift it up really close, and I don't know, I hope y'all will be able to tell, but because we had the baking soda, it's almost got like stucco look to it. So, and I can still see a lot of my lines, so I'm kind of thankful for that. All right, so for this, where did I put that other thing? I just throw things when I'm not paying attention. I don't know where they went. But for the places on here, I don't want any blue. I don't think, not yet at least. All right, so for the places on here, I'm gonna take the edge of my palette knife like this, and I'm just gonna kind of dip it in there. And that way I can start getting my lines where I want them. And you could drag it or just tap it, whatever. Okay. You could also do black or any other color. I'm gonna wait on that because I think there's a roof there. And then if anything goes wrong, we'll just call it abstract. Like this line isn't perfect. Who cares, right? It's abstract. Hello, Tony. Good morning. Elmer's glue instead of, ooh, maybe. Using glue instead, it might. It might. I've done the glue, the white glue and the, but I don't know if I've ever used Elmer's. But I have done like white glue. I think it was like Dollar Tree brand, whatever their brand is. Okay. Now let me take a look for the roof and stuff at my Pinterest inspiration because, yeah. Okay, so we'll do a thin, because the shape is why I really loved this one. So I don't want to mess the shape up too bad. So I'm going to do that. Okay. I forgot all about this one. I'm gonna do this. Okay. And then I'm going to do the top here. Okay. All right, then, yep, I already got that. And then I need to figure out this roof. I need to figure out the roof. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do my roof a little different because I already kind of covered some of that up with blue. So I'll do my roof a little bit different than theirs. Okay. The other side here. Okay, so now we have a basic outline. Now we have a basic outline of our church. Okay, and then what are we gonna do? Let's see. Hello, Lynn, how are you, girl? Then I think kind of want to put some windows in, a door, and then some dimension. Okay, windows, door, we got this. We got it. It's gonna be fine. Let me think. I don't know if I can make it do this. Okay, let's put our windows and our door in. So I think I'm gonna start with this, and I'll grab a plate because I'm kind of out of room. And start with this. I want my door brown. Could probably use that, but I want this thicker because I want it to lay on top. So I think I'm just gonna do like a dot of brown and just add a little tiny bit as I need to. That might actually be, I might add one more. It's not so dark. Okay. All right, so now we can get our door on here. And then some windows. Let me get back to the comments. Good morning, Susan from Florida. How are you doing, girl? I'm not jealous at all that you're in Florida. And it was like 22 stinking degrees this morning when I took my kids to school. Nope, not jealous. Okay. I think I'm gonna try, I don't know if I like this shape. Let me just put it on here with this. So let me start by like right here. Can't decide if I want it to be arched or not. I think I want it to be like this. Can't really see that, but I can see where it is so that later we can have 2 separate doors. Okay, I think I like that. So just got a simple, like, rectangle really for the door. Just simple. Okay, we're gonna let that dry because later we'll add some black in there to bring that out. Then let's look at the next window. Then I do kind of want some arched windows because I do think that's really pretty what they did there. Now, it's kind of big. It's kind of big. Let me see here. Open this. That's kind of perfect. Okay. So we'll do some. We'll do a window right there. I wouldn't put your finger in it for nothing, but we'll do a window right there. I'm not gonna push hard because I got a bunch of thick textured paint under there. So if it comes off, fabulous, and if not, it's gonna live with us forever on this church. Good enough for me. Okay. Then I can go in and do my straight lines. That to come up. That to come off. Okay, got that window on. It's gonna look kind of simple until we get this stuff dry, and then we'll add one more layer on top, I'm thinking, guys, for dimension. Ooh, I should have done something from Greece, the blue sky and brilliant white. Oh, yeah, it does. I had a lot of Greek in my family, but they've mostly all passed away. There's only 2 left. 2 left. Should have done some columns though and made it a little Greek church. That would have been beautiful. Have you guys ever been in an Orthodox church? Speaking of, holy mackerel. It's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see, I promise that. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. All right, so there's that. Then we need a couple windows. I'm thinking a couple big ones and then a couple small ones, maybe. Possibly. Oh, and they even did one up here. That might be cute. Okay, let's see what we got. A little bit of color in here. Do we want to? Thank you. I got on late. It's not a stencil, Miss Susan. We just used a what do we use, guys, to do this? A pencil, obviously. Oh, rulers. We just used rulers to get the shape that we want. So I have a couple different rulers. So this one I did like the wide part, and I did those 2, and then for the other, I just put 2 of these together. I can't even see the other one right now, but I put 2 of those together and did that as well, just to kind of help us with some straight lines, because I can't draw a straight line or a perfect circle to save my life. Okay, then we kind of need to let me try something. I don't know if it will work at all. I'm gonna put my finger in this stuff and we're gonna try it. I have an idea. I feel like if we can throw some windows on here, and remember, this is all abstract, but I feel like if we could throw some windows on here and then like put some dimension in there with like Distress ink, it might actually look good. I could be wrong, but we'll find out together. I'm gonna do a big one over here too. I'm just gonna try to pull it up and do a rounded top and pull it back down. Obviously they're not gonna be perfectly, okay. All right, and then let's see if we can get a couple more little ones over here. Okay. I know I look crazy, but it's fine. It's fine, I'm fine, we're fine. I'm using without a stencil. Yeah, we just used the rulers. Oh gosh. And I know Facebook's gonna be deleting our lives and stuff, and I'm trying to do the overhead thing so that I can show you guys, and that way we can keep it for long term if you need to see the beginning. Okay, let me dry what we have, and then I wanna lay stuff on top. Okay. I do want to throw a little bit of dark into our door. That way when we add the black, because I don't want to add the black and then have to do it. I'm just gonna make that line again in our door so we can get our black down in there. All right. Let's start with the brown. This one, or whatever this is called, it's called Ground Espresso. Ground Espresso. Thank you for sprinkling, Susan. I appreciate that. There's the other ruler. I found it, guys. Found it. Flounder. And I have like a couple different brushes from Temu, I think. And then these ones are from Dollar Tree. Maybe Amazon. I don't know. But, you know. You can find them different places. So first I'm going to go over the windows. And we're just going to kind of pick up some of that texture that we laid down. And is this dry? I think that's pretty good. I want to kind of go heavier inside here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there's that color. I'm gonna try a little bit of this Rusty Hinge as well. I think it'll add a little bit, and then we'll do our black. Where do you find? I found these. It might have been Hobby Lobby. I found them. I've bought them a few times because I've gotten different like colors and sets. Like one time I got this little set. I believe this was from Amazon, the minis, and then the bigger ones I think Hobby Lobby. Yeah. Yep, yep. Okay. I don't want a lot of the rusty color, but I'm thinking a little bit might be pretty. And I'm not gonna cover it. Ooh. Got some of that. That's still drying. Okay. And then we're going to go back to this one more time. And I'm going to use, I think, this one. Because it's just, I can be a little crazier with it. Yeah, there we go. Now this one that's kind of like this, like looks like this, I need to wash it because I have clearly used it for Rub and Buff, but I'm gonna go down through here. I think I got it. And I'm just gonna kind of bring out these lines here. And then toward the bottom here, I hope you guys can see this because it's the prettiest thing. Because we added that baking soda, it sort of like bubbled up a little bit. And so I'll throw some on there as well, just to bring that out a little bit. I need to remember to be gentle. There we go. And anywhere I see those bubbles, I'm gonna kind of go over those to bring out that pretty texture. All right, let's do up here. Up there, I am going to go right over top of our little brown part of our roof. And then on all of the roof parts, we'll also be putting some of that rusty hinge, I think, as well. And it's a little more potent, I feel like, so. That's a roof, that's a roof. This is like one of those little roof looking thingies. Okay. All right, you guys. I think all we got to do is add some black and we're good. That's what we got so far. And then, how do I want to do this black? I kind of need it watered down, I think. Or, no, I think I'm going to try it watered down. Here it is. Where's my spray bottle? Here it is. And I want to put some black. I gotta clean off this table. I do one project and my whole table's a pigsty. Let's see. I think this might work. I think this might work. So I just kind of letting my water pick up a little bit of that black. So I can sort of get it down in here. And then kind of like spread it a little. Just put some black through there. And now it looks like we have two separate doors. Let me dry this real quick and see if I need to add any more. Hi, honey. You can't rush beauty, sir. I think more, a little bit more concentrated. Okay, and then at the part here, I'm just going to make two little handles. Okay. Then down here in the ground, we're just going to add a little bit of darkness here and there. I'll take this here. Just kind of give it a little bit of something. I'm going to get some more of the concentrated part. And then some of the water part. And I don't know how much of this you guys will be able to see, but just adds a little bit more. Okay, so let's see. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Could probably take black wax too, which I almost did, but I did not. If you don't have black wax, paint and water. gonna dry this and see if we need to add any wax. Okay. Let's see. There we go. All right, then we want a little bit of black up here. I don't know where I just put my thing, but might be okay to get away with this. There we go. All right. Now, what else do we say? Wax. Do we need any wax? We might not, but let's see. Oh yeah, we do. It just adds another dimension. It just makes it look like have more depth. Okay, and then I think down here, is this the one I used for wax? I don't know. I think down here, I'm gonna do a Q-tip. And I'm just gonna use the lid. Anywhere where I can see like the church and the ground meet, I'm just gonna make sure it's not bright white. Okay. I think that's it, guys. Just like any other building, put a little wear and tear here and there, so it doesn't look perfect, and that is it. I believe that's it. Okay, so this did not crackle like we wanted to. We could try the school glue or try to actually look and see what the measurements are that you would need to have this crackle and this crackle, but I still love it. It still looks really cool, really pretty and textured, and I think that'll make for a really fine church. I love it, and I think it's just beautiful. It looks like it's got a story, right? Oh yes, I love it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it, and I will see you again as soon as I can. We'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.